now it's becoming really cold. Every year, people share stories of how the police made them get their clothes off, walking barefoot for miles in the cold winter. A foreigner who is found inside Hungary anywhere without valid documents and a valid visa should be immediately removed to Serbia. There is no hearing, there is no decision, you cannot apply for asylum. It happens in a second.
I think growing up in a country where you know that certain group of people is excluded and marginalized and, left in forest to die or in sea to drown just because they come from certain countries is very wrong. It's wrong for young people. I mean, it's wrong for those people, obviously, who are in that situation, but it's also wrong for those who are growing up in the country and then even think that this is normal, that this is the right thing to do. We need pressure to come from different angles, from international organizations, but also from civil society, from human rights monitors. We need evidence about these violations, and then we need political will to listen to this evidence, and we need pressure applied by international bodies on countries to respect their legislation, to respect international law.
We represent clients, a single mother with small children who was pushed back in the middle of the night. We represent unaccompanied children who were removed this way from Hungary and thrown out to the middle of nowhere in Serbia. This is unique in Europe, that this is legalized, but this is happening on so many borders. But it also happens not only on land borders, when they just push people to the other side of the border, but it happens on the sea as well, which really puts lives at risk.
We all face multiple challenges, but the younger generation has the biggest stake in this.
So I think for the young generation it's really important to live in the world where international law is respected and human rights law is respected, and they don't need to feel ashamed for their government, for what they're doing and how they're treating people in need.
You don't have to work at a human rights organization to actually do something good. One of the things you can do is to follow what they do and speak to your friends about what these organizations do. To spread the word that there are human rights violations, but also there are people who try to stop those violations from happening. You can also speak to your politicians, the ones that you voted for, who represent you in the local city council. Remind them that human rights are universal, that everybody has exactly the same rights, and it's their duty as politicians, as representatives of the state, to ensure that this is not just written on a piece of paper, but this is a reality that everyone can enjoy.
The International Day of Human Rights, I know it's December 10th. We've been celebrating during the last few years. And this year is supposed to commemorate the anniversary of the declaration, right? I think it's important to have these symbols. I think that symbols and rituals are important, especially for the younger generations, for them to learn that it took a lot to make it all the way up here to here now, today, despite the fact that we still need to be very vigilant about the violations that are taking place.